Hello, this is my art tutorial. I will be teaching you how to draw faces and how to shade them. So, just a heads up, I don't have a specific art style. I change the way I draw pretty often. And I'm not professional. I think you can tell, but yeah, I don't always draw like this, but this is just like the general way I draw. So we're starting off with the eyes, and I'm sorry, but I didn't really demonstrate this, but I think it's important to bring up. If you're like a beginner, when drawing eyes, it's helpful to use shapes such as diamonds or almond, like an almond shape. It can be helpful to learn how to draw eyes and get a shape that you want. I will put a photo of how that looks. There are probably other shapes you can use to help draw the eye, but these are the main two that I am aware of, and yeah, I really don't know what shape I use at this point because I just freehand it, but yeah, I don't think drawing eyes are too complicated unless you're a beginner, but yeah, I just draw the top lid and I make it like curve, and then I draw like an eyeliner thing, and then I just do like a little swoop at the bottom to signify the bottom of the eye. And I don't know, eyelashes, they're just like triangles. I'm not the best explainer, so forgive me, but yeah. So, and then I just draw the eyelid. Is on the body. I draw it off of the body because I feel like it's easier that way. I don't know why, but I struggle drawing them on the body. But yeah, so I just mess around with the proportions here because it looks wonky, a little small, and then, I rotate some of the eyes. But now we are on to the iris. So, like I said, I don't have a way of drawing things specifically, so I'm kind of freehanding it in this tutorial. Like, I'm not just doing random stuff. Like, I do this stuff, but like I don't always do it this way or something like that. So I don't always like, I sketch out my irises sometimes, or yeah, and sometimes I do this. I make it black and then I just color it in later. So I don't always do this, but so I felt like doing this, and so I just fix it and make it. And I feel like depending on your art style, I know some artists like to make the iris like squiggly or something like that. So it's all up to what you would like to do, but I like to just draw mine as a circle. And I try not to make my drawings complicated, so I just duplicate the eyes. So now for a part that can be really complicated for me, and it's the nose. So if you look at my drawings, I keep changing how I draw my noses. Sometimes I'll draw like somewhat of a realistic nose. Sometimes I'll do a full nose with the nose bridge. And in a lot of my other drawings, I'll just do a little triangle to show as the nose. And I kind of did a mix of that, I guess, in this drawing. Like I said, this is like one of my new preferred ways of drawing the nose, as of recently. So yeah, again, I don't do, like, I don't know, I'm always changing how I do things because sometimes I'm feeling very, like, I guess excited about a drawing, so I'll detail everything. In other drawings I just want to doodle, kind of, but I still make it into a full-blown drawing, but I just do a lot of less things. So I don't know. There's a much better way to draw the lips than how I did it. you can do like a heart in the middle of the mouth, and it looks really crooked and messed up right now, but don't worry, I fix it with my coloring. So now we're gonna do the eyebrows. So again, I change how I like to do my eyebrows. This first demonstration is like thicker brows. I feel like I don't know how to describe how to draw them, but because I know this is a tutorial on how to draw, so I'm sorry about this, but I'm not the best at teaching things, so it's kind of me talking while you watch me draw, so sorry about that. But I like to do thick eyebrows or thin eyebrows, and for the sake of this drawing I just did thin eyebrow to make this more tutorial like. Beginning of the eyebrow, the part that's next to the nose, I like to make that thicker and like bigger. So now for my favorite part, the skin and shading. Whoop whoop. Or coloring and shading. So if you want like a darker skin tone tutorial, I do a demonstration later on, but I don't give as much instructions because it's the same here. So yeah, so if you can just listen to the instructions I give here and then just do it with the darker colors I recommend later. So you're gonna shade the part of the nose that connects to the eye with a darker redder color, not super red, and I use pen fade to shade. So at the end of your stroke there's like a lighter opaque part, I guess, and I get that color and I blend it, so it just helps with the blending process. So that's what I do to make it look nice and blended. So now you're going to want to take a red color, whatever color you want. I recommend a bit of a dark red or darkish red, and I know you're looking at me crazy, like what are you doing, but you're going to put the red under the eyes and above like the eyelid, and then put it on the nose, and then put it on the lips. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lighten the opacity, and I feel like it just makes the drawing look prettier and more detailed, and then you just don't see the vision yet, but that's okay. It's going to look good. For now she's going to look like a clown with how red her nose is, but don't worry, we're going to blend it all out and it's going to look pretty. So you lower the opacity as much as you want, or as little as you want, and some of the reds might look harsh and you can blend them if you want, but some of them I like to blend as little as I can, such as the eye ones. So blend as you want. I'm just here to kind of give like suggestions and you do as you please. So now we're going to be adding blush, and like I said, pick the original skin tone that you have and get like a red. Move the slider to the red and then make it a little darker, and that's how you get your blush color. And what I like to do is get the blush color and then put it on the lips as the lip coloring. So now for a lot of artists' favorite part, highlights. So really you just take the color and you go for a lighter color. I don't know, it's pretty simple. If you like, you can go on the layer setting and move it to add. It helps with the highlight look, but that's just something I didn't do. the highlight spots I like to do are the nose, the eyelids, and like under the eye with the lashes, with the under lashes. I like to put white there, and then the lips. Those are like the highlight areas. And I mean, you can highlight whatever you want, but that's the areas I like to highlight. So for coloring the eye whites, you want to go with like an off-white. Depending on the character, is the off-white color to go for. Most people do in yellow one, but if I have like a blue themed character, I go with a blue off-white. So yeah. So now we are going to be coloring the iris. What I do is I take the color of what I want the iris to be, and I just color it in, but I leave a bit of space in the black so it looks like a outline. I like doing this because I can make it as thin or as thick as I want. I mean, you can do that with your normal art outline, but I find it fun to do this for the eyes, so this is what I do. And again, I don't always do things the same way, but something I do like to do when shading the eyes, instead of going for a darker brown color, I like to use the opposite color. So if I had like a red iris, I would use a blue, dark blue to shade it. I like doing that. It adds contrast and I think it looks pretty, so that's what I do in this drawing. I'm using a brown, so I go with a dark blue. So I really just use the opposite color. That's what I do. So now for the eye highlight, I do a little black circle, and then I'm going to put a off-white color again in the middle. And what I like to do is do that trick where you put red on the outside and blue on the outside. It brings attention to the highlight without doing a lot and making the highlight super big. Sometimes I make my highlights smaller than this, but you know, this was just the size I did, and this is just, yeah, really easy. And I only do one highlight. Some artists do multiple, but I just do one because I think it looks simple and pretty. I think if you use too many highlights, it can look crowded, but there are artists who do it really well and it looks really pretty. So now for the pupil, I just do a black color, honestly. That's all I do. I did do a demonstration where you can do the shading color that you use in the middle, or you can do the iris color in the middle, but I just don't like how that looks. So I just do a black. You do whatever you want. So as far as light skin colors, this is it for the shading and coloring. I will be doing darker skins because darker skins is something more in my comfort zone, I would say, because my main character or persona, Alicia, is she has a bit of a darker skin tone, so that's kind of what I'm used to. But yeah, I won't be giving too many instructions because I'm just showing the different colors that you use. Darker skin tones, I like to use more reds. Like, I just make it more red looking because I feel like if I don't, it just looks really flat and really desaturated. So I would say making it more red is like the key, and I think it makes it look prettier and more lively. So not much instructions, just more of a demonstration.
So this is it for the skin coloring and shading tutorial. A hair tutorial should be coming out soon. If you guys have any more suggestions, let me know, and I will try to get them out as fast as I can. Please like and subscribe and comment. Thank you.